When you're teaching, do you break the plane? I want you to imagine your classroom. Maybe you're actually in your classroom right now, but I want you to imagine your classroom. Think about the front of the room. Think about that TV screen or maybe the board up in the front of the room. Do you generally sit or stand in the front of the room, in front of the students, and the students kind of stay in their section in the back of the room or the middle of the room, thinking about kind of dividing that room up into two different sections, thinking about that plane in between you? I want you to think about when you're teaching, when you're guiding whole class discussion. Do you generally stay in that front section, or do you break the plane and move in and throughout the students? A while back, I was reading a book about different teaching strategies, and this breaking the plane came up. And I used to be the teacher that would stand up in the front of the room, stand and deliver, kind of holding court in front of all of my students, making sure I held control by standing up in that front and having everybody watch me as I did my different things at the board. And then after reading the book, I said, hey, let me try and break the plane and walk in and throughout the students during whole class instruction, during small group time, during individual think time, during turn and talks, walking in and out and around the room. It opened doors for me to be able to understand more about how students are understanding the information I'm trying to teach them. As I walked around the room, I could see this student gets it, this student gets it, this student could use a little bit of help. Maybe I could lean down and kind of give a quick little suggestion, or maybe I'd be writing down with my clipboard, seeing different ways that I might think about my next steps. Students also knew that I was coming around walking, and maybe they would ask me a few questions, or maybe they would just kind of stay a little bit more on task knowing I was walking around. Another thing I found, I was walking around the classroom behaviors, the ones that I didn't want to have, happened a little bit less. Student engagement rose a little bit more because I wasn't just standing at the front talking at the students. Instead, I was part of them, at least at times, and I was part of the conversations. The fact that I walked around the room increased engagement of students, both of the students I was near and students that I wasn't near, because I could say, hey, could you repeat that, so these students could hear it? And then I would walk over to the other students and say, hey, let's have a conversation back and forth. Let's break that plane. Let's move in and out of the classroom to be more effective classroom instructors. Have a great day, all.